absence. Clerk tonight. I think that's it. And I believe that's joined. Any disclosure of interest anyway? Okay, good. Jump to public questions. Any public questions?
Just talk about that.
Okay. No worries. I can probably jump to that. Or are you interested in the plot and what project that's going on? Or do you want me to let you get your update, or are you staying for the whole meeting?
I'm staying for the meeting.
Oh, right, perfect. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just to let Becca go away if she wants, we'll jump to item 7 on the agenda, the plot here. If you want to.
Yeah, so it was to, well, the beds have been made, and it was to contact the landowner and ask about a 5-year lease, which would open way more further opportunities. Permission for the bell tent to be put up for book festival, like as a temporary thing, just so that we can start using it and start running the workshops. Yeah. And then Joe, who is a gardener and forest schooler in Berwick, is going to be, who sort of looked at it and made a list of different plants that would work well in the space, and just wanted to run it past people whether, you know, it was alright to put that on Facebook, and if anyone from the village has got stuff they can split, and, you know, just to avoid spending money on buying plants.
Yeah.
I think the only restriction on it is no fruit trees, isn't it?
Yeah, no trees.
Yeah.
I've submitted the pre-app to the council, so I'm just waiting to hear back from them, and then find correct insurance for tenant and yurt.
Yeah.
And then the other thing to discuss was just, obviously there's the 2 hours of workshops that the money from Felton is going to fund, but then it was, if like say an artist was to use it for a workshop, like they would give a percentage back to the plot, so there's a sustainable project, so that like, you know, for like a year, all the bell time, whatever happens, and just maintenance, and I thought 15%, 10% of what they earn. I'm just going to want to ask you guys, see what you thought.
I mean,
Can I tell you the question that was asked by the landlord?
Yeah.
Because it's sort of still an outstanding question. It's, you know, we sent them through the sketch.
Yeah.
He said, thanks to take my call this morning. That was my reply. Excuse me. My apologies for not replying sooner. Please can you let me know the commercial arrangements for the yurt? I assume users will be paying something towards the upkeep for the services being provided. I am not looking to capitalise on any monies the community might generate and welcome this going back into the local community, but would like there to be transparency in the use of the land to ensure any review of the rental agreements is equitable if required at all.
So do you think that answers the question?
I think sort of my take on that is if you were to be running this as a way of making a good profit, you would expect something from that.
Yeah.
But if it was to be a community project with profits going back into the community and stuff like this, it doesn't look like it's going to have an issue.
Yeah.
But I think it would be nice. It would be good to have a business model that we can go back to him, or we can push back to him and say, look, this is the plan.
So that 2 hours that's funded through the plot committee, obviously people are getting paid, but then the community are getting those workshops for free.
Yeah.
But then if anyone's doing anything extra, then charging for it, they pay a percentage.
Yeah.
And it's just just working out a percentage that everyone feels happy with.
I think you're going to have to be more transparent about that and
Yeah.
say what they would be charging and things.
Yeah,
And I think as well, because we know that the grant's gone, it is small scale business and things, and that there were limitations on that and things. He's probably going to want that in writing to
Right.
say, you know what, I think that's what he's saying, isn't it? So he's got an understanding of that and everything. I mean, it's not like there's a big commercial company coming in and doing this. I think that's it. And like you can talk about the scale of it and everything, and the criteria that you had to fit in to get the grant in the first place and everything. I think that shows the scale of what we're looking at here and things. I mean, there's lots of big companies that offer like services like that are big profit making things, and I think it's just really that understanding of like the scale of what people could potentially be earning from that and whatnot. But nobody's going to be making their millions out of it. It is, and it's very much, if those profits are going to be staying within the local economy as well.
yeah, it's like for local artists,
Yeah,
maybe that work with surrounding areas.
and I think that's an important point as well. But it's like we said that he needs that transparency to really understand what's going on there. So I think you're probably going to have to be alright what your expectations would be for it and things. So you can get a full grasp of it. Is that?
No, I think that's fair, but I think it's more leaning towards he totally understands that this project is going to have a cost, and it's just that while he's happy for the community to be benefiting from it, when there's actually a person making money from it, I don't think he's expecting you to do it for free, but he doesn't want to get a rental agreement. He doesn't want to find out there's a rental agreement for you making a lot of money.
No, that I'm like running every day.
But I've spoken to the guy, and he's very sensible. And I think if you said, look, in the first year, goodness knows what's going to happen.
Can we reflect?
So I think if you could just put some sort of like a business model, how it's going to work, and then put it back to him, because it's just transparency for him is the key thing, and it's a fairly straightforward thing.
And is it best if I give that to you and you give it to him, or is it best if I just contact him?
I think it would be best if it goes through us, because we are people who are renting it. So.
Okay.
I think so. It says. I said currently preparation and repairs being carried out, maintenance on the plant as making space to incorporate the yard structure if it is possible. The next step was to contact Tina NCC and see what permissions are required. If there's anything to report, I'll let you know. Thanks for communication. To which he said, thanks for the update. We'll look forward to hearing further in due course. So he just wants to get hold of it.
For the book festival, is that, do you think business plan first? Because those guys are kind of keen to know whether they can use it or not, so that they can like advertise it as a space.
But the book festival's not making any money.
That's just
So you're not, there's not.
It's some of the practitioners are charging a little bit.
But
It's going back into the plot what I'm charging. So.
Well, so that's not making you any money. That's just making the community project.
It's just funding the project for it.
If you can send a couple of paragraphs, I can get it over to them straight away and then bring up the same day.
And then do the business plan and the 5-year lease request.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
Because he said that it wouldn't be out of the question to have a conversation about a longer lease, as long as he could reserve the right to get the land back if he wished.
Yeah, I'd like to have clause. Okay, so I just need to basically say about 2 hours worth of workshops every month, and then that it would probably be used maybe a couple more times in a month. But then we'll reflect after a year.
What the prospective income on the plot will be at the minute, and what your costs are involved, because you're going to meet your costs first before you make any profit. The profits right at the end. So I don't think it's a huge issue, and you just want us to know the information.
Yeah. And you know, I kind of, if there is a space there for me to use on a weekly basis and put a percentage back in, it just would mean that I can maintain it as well. But also, I understand that if that's looking like too much of a commercial use.
Well,
You know what I mean? It's just maybe suggesting it.
I don't
I
think
don't
that
think he's going to have an issue with it. He just wants to know what your aspirations are and things for it. And then if he says he's not happy with it, then there needs to be another condition to it. We can readjust it and things. And I wouldn't sell yourself short or put limitations on what the dream is there, because it's working in everyone's benefit and things, and it's a really, really lovely thing. But it's just having that clarity so that we've got full understanding there of things. We'll work through that.
I mean, what do you guys on a monthly basis? So there's the 2 hours of workshops, and say I was to use it once a week. And then pumpkin pie and do you think that's a good model to kind of have groups like that?
Absolutely.
Are there any other things that people want to use it for?
Well, I guess like everything, when a project gets off the ground, when people see the success,
Yeah,
And it's it will evolve.
You can offer up even to other, the scouts or that there on the weekends or during the summer and stuff, lighter nights and that. So there's definitely different options. They're probably worth you speaking to them as well, just to see getting interest from them.
I think there is. I've spoken to it's James Perry, isn't it? That's involved with Scouts and Claire as well. It's that indoor outdoor space, isn't it? For learning, which would be great for loads of different groups.
It would be, but it's and the thing is that this can come back for constant review and things. But I would just think, what are my aspirations? If you're looking at that 5-year lease and everything, what you would like to do with them things. Think, if there is an earning potential there, what's it going to be, and then just clarify, who's going to be taking any take-ins from that or anything, and what you'd be looking at putting back into it. And it's just about being completely upfront and honest.
This is where we're at now.
Yeah.
And from the experience we've had so far, this is what it looks like. We'll review it in a year. Yeah. Okay.
Great.
So
So if you can do that, we can get a sense straight over and try and get an answer.
that'd be brilliant. And then you okay? Yeah, I'll do the book festival thing to
When
just kind of.
when is the book festival?
It's the last weekend in March. So they're sort of having it as the idea was to have it as almost like a fringe thing with some mindfulness workshops. So there's a few people that they've got lined up, but
So the training 30th,
yeah. And then there's a kids one that's being planned for May. Which was a great purchase. Yeah.
You happen to the date you submitted the pre-app?
I've got an email saying that they've received
Yeah.
The one in May, is that Felton?
No, it's
Oh, it's June, isn't it?
just a kids book festival, doing the treasure hunt and stuff.
I think the most, as much information as we can give them, the better.
Yeah.
Sell the dream.
It's around the 5th of
Yeah, that's fine. So in February.
I can't remember the exact date, but then, unfortunately, a tree came down the south end of the woods, so it's got a big tent.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we just have to prepare for it.
Some funky zigzag.
Still
I know what Helen Brown is capable of.
Alright,
cool.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Go back to the viewer.
last bullet point.
Yep.
The big job that the county council takes on should be parish council.
So substitute candidates for parish council.
What I meant by that was it's a job that, you know, working party or stock can do.
It's a bit where I did a lot of talking. Jack couldn't type it in. So,
I don't know how she keeps up.
I really don't. We should be talking about the room smaller than everybody as well.
It's small.
Don't explain that detail.
Sorry. What's that?
Don't explain that so detail.
I'll just talk slower.
Just write it down. It's a lot of talking.
Yeah, it was. It was all one.
Oh, so that's not.
Yeah. Are we all happy then? With the substitute county council in 151A, the third last item to change county council to Felton Parish Council. Okay.
I need to sign that.
Do that in the next one.
Yeah.
I'll sort that out.
I can provide send it to the
Finance receive, finance receive again. Yeah, I'm just.
have to zoom in a bit there, right?
I don't need that.
That's what we see at the minute, some of us, yeah.
Obviously, we have had the discussions. Quick text from Jacqueline tonight just to give us an update on where we are. Obviously, the working group we had with the initial setup of the structure, it's been reviewed and looking at getting in there with cost centres, cost codes, payments and receipts, transactions data Yeah, she sent it out.
Could
Yeah.
I finance committee?
So we're going to have a look at that. And I think maybe quite okay.
Can you confirm the date of the finance thing you've just been looking at? Is that 31st of January?
I believe it is. It's what she was typed up in the email to me.
Well, it's on the top there, but I can't make it out. Was it what?
31st of December.
I think so. The document is dated. Well, I don't know if you can't see it there. It is the 31st of January. The wrong date is on here, but I believe it is the 31st of January.
Well, it's just sent me another one, the 31st of January. And it's not the same as that.
Okay, well, I can go with what I got sent to me.
What does it differ?
When did
Several
it get sent?
things in it.
All right.
When did it get sent?
Sorry?
When did it get sent?
When?
When did it get sent?
Right. We'll move on.
I do have hearing aids, by the way.
When did it get sent to you?
Today,
Today?
this afternoon, when I emailed it to say it had the wrong date on it. So I was expecting to get the same one with the correct date on it. But when I looked at the figures, it's got some different figures in. For example, the IT line has got £8,000 on it.
Okay, let me just check this now. I'll see what. Is that different? There we go. It's
You
come
picked the
through.
wrong one out.
Yeah, it's just come up refreshed.
That one came at 1742. That's it, no, 742.
It's just an update.
That's the one. What was it?
So on that page you're looking at there, on the IT line, there's 8,000 and odd pounds, as if it's been carried over from last year.
Okay, so you were saying that that's an error in it, or you were saying that the previous one I looked at didn't have that?
It's an error because it's never been there before.
Right, okay, right, no worries, we'll get a look at it. But as we say, everything's getting transferred to Scribe,
Yeah.
and there has been a bit of an IT issue with the cash book the last week or two, but she's trying to get it reconciled back, so I have to guess it's been an error in it.
Cash codes, 17.
Yeah, so we'll have a look at that and get that corrected. Getting the update of Scribe.
this side of spring to do an attack, but I think we also do need to explain to them that our traps that have been stolen, or because that's something that will affect the cost of any works that get done, or we'll be taking on the brunt of that. And,
Do you want me to pass on that, then we'll catch it,
yeah.
There was a mole catcher in the field adjacent at the weekend. And do you know who it was?
No, there was.
I seen him there when I was walking around the loop road, so I'll try and call them. So I seen him there quite a lot.
The bog, or the other one.
The east side.
Ah, okay. Right, yeah.
There's a kid in the bog field with traps. It's quite impressive.
Wasn't my kid.
No. Didn't recognise it.
Don't want to be accused of slavery.
Yeah, so I think if we can look at that, get some numbers put together and get something done.
Yeah. Do we need a project set yet or not? Just
Next week.
Adam, Jackie said that you had taken some extensive notes that you wanted to add to the contracts, so that we can get them out for tender.
Oh yeah, I want to just change some of the wordings on the walk from the walk round, and I think you sent me the one for rec field. Bigger contract, but not for the play park or rec lane ones.
That's probably because that's only fine.
Yeah. If you don't have it, then
I'll
just
have
put
to
one
pay-
together
I'll
or
have to
something.
pay
Yeah.
Paper ones of what were drafted and what we worked on, they'll be in the file somewhere. I'll have another look for those.
Try and find the notes. If
It's
not,
just
me.
I'm conscious of the fact we need to get these
I know.
out for tender,
Yeah.
and then have
Tenders
a,
up in April. The tenders up in April.
First
it's in January.
Right. Okay.
It's just the tendering process takes a while by the time you get it sent out,
Yeah.
get them all back, then we can discuss them
Okay.
and agree.
Could we do a working with brevity just to try and
Well, contractors are working with
contract,
them.
yes, with a working group, yeah. But we're getting working group sorted out sometime, just to, I'll try and put together my notes on the previous one you did. Just, I don't think there was much change to it, but just, I think it's more just a bit of clarity on some of the things. But yeah. Gemma, finish your
Yeah, so play area,
schooling.
sorry. So at the moment, I had an update from Councillor Samson today. He's just double checking everything with regards to the money that is pledged towards the new seesaw that's going in placement to the bouncers, one of which has gone, of one needs to be decommissioned. So that's all, looks like it's okay at the moment, and he'll keep us up to date with that. And then had a lovely good meeting with Trevor earlier today, sorry, that's cool. And with regards to funding the shelter that we were looking at last time. So generally, with where we are financially at the moment, the donations that we're potentially going to get in can't go towards larger pieces of play equipment because we need to get full funding for them to be able to go through the end of April. However, these smaller projects, which we do need to have happen in there, it can go towards. I have been in conversation with Aidan of Bespoke Outdoor Spaces. He's happy to do all of the works with regards to the back fence project that we were in discussion with last time. What I asked him to do is that we're going to draw up a more detailed design for the shelter, and he's going to give us a full quote for that for me to get to Councillor Thorne, and also a quote for back fence as well, so we can put that to tender for out of our own funds. And I think that would be realistic to do that. we did have discussion about putting climbing reinforced fence on the back wall, but in honesty, climbing facilities are already quite well tended for. Like in the play area, we've got quite a bit in there that's for climbing. And if we do get the larger piece of apparatus, I think that's going to tick that box. And rather, if we did get funding, that we looked at doing the actually play area and the fort at the other end and the Felton Bridge, if we can do that. But at the moment, it looks like we should be able to get Seesaw ticked off and the shelter ticked off within this financial year. So that really, really good. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, Councillor Ford. So I should, so Aidan should be looking at that within the next week to get that sorted out, and we're going to be on the meetings to go and measure up. As I said, he is happy to design around that concern that we had against about the arm of the bucket swing, and he doesn't see it being an issue, so he's quite confident about that. We've got quite a lot of Oscar understanding and contacts there, so we'll get that done. But then I think that was it from me at the moment. Oh, apart from I have been seeking out other volunteers to assist with grant applications and work on this, because I just don't have the time to be able to do it. So I have found somebody who's up for that, so that said they'd be happy to be on a regeneration project working group for it as a temporary fixture, who I'm quite enthusiastic about. So, yeah.
Great.
Do I need to do anything about that if that person is
There's working group already.
Yes, there's a working group already there, so I just need to add their name to it. There's nothing else that needs to be done.
The county council have launched a local environmental project grant, where they're doing grants up to £5,000, but they need to be projects that are addressing climate change and protecting the environment.
Yeah, so that's is that the one we're looking at for to see if we get somebody towards the toilet?
Well, it could be, or we talked about looking at the lights on the Nugget and replacing those very high energy bulbs and things, which would certainly fit into the auspices of this. So I didn't know whether it was worth looking at, seeing if we could get some ideas of quotes for how much the lights would be. Seem to tick all the boxes from the sort of protecting the environment, climate change and all that sort of things.
Okay. That's all. Good stuff.
I spoke to Paul about the resurfacing this afternoon, and he's had a winter off, and he's ready to start and get back to work, but he said because of the nature of our surface, he certainly can't see it being done in March. It would be alright to the end of April, May, because of the nature of having to treat all the rough stuff and take all that off, and then he doesn't want that exposed for too long before he puts the new painted coverage on the top, and it needs a certain temperature, which you can't guarantee till sort of April.
So unless it's getting done over the Easter holidays, like school holidays, it's going to be May then, isn't it? So it might be better say, can we just keep it, I mean, is it possible we just say,
Well, I've sent them more paperwork through again to try and keep the due date. So I'll just tweak it and send them another email to see if I can just do it in May.
Better to fix a day, wouldn't it?
yeah,
Well, that's what I've been trying to do this afternoon and see what we get from there. We are the top 3 of these priorities now. So yes, we should be
Should be one.
looking at May for that too.
Just keep pushing for it. I think that's the best that we can do. And as you say, if we can, even if we say make to him, like, let's lock us in on that, and then he can prioritise his the 2 if he wants before me.
Well, the other 2 are in the list before, so
that online application thing for under the water again, I haven't had any response. I might see if I can telephone badger people and start harassing people, because they were just, got a nice little online ticky box, smiley faces things, very boring.
Do you know anybody with a big ruler that you can get to learn about some rules you like?
I think it's more than a remote now, it means that's the issue.
Probably need to try and do it again.
Yeah, or like some sort of, I don't know, there's a thing I saw that was quite, it helps from the drainage as well, because obviously the surface is just very compacted again with it, it sort of like goes in and lifts it up where it cuts tight gouges in it, but then it all folds back in itself, and then you roll it after and it's fine. I don't know what it's called.
Aerates it.
Something like that, yeah, but it was like, but like, properly, like, you would have loved doing it, basically. I'll try and find the video again.
Only volunteers.
Yeah.
Very much an awful football club.
Yeah.
Can't fault that.
That'd be a good community project in Newcastle, wouldn't it? Yeah, party, right. You can go and practice fast and chips as a big constructor.
We've had four box. Obviously, we've had some damage to it. I think, given how good it looks, and other than that, we need to push to get this repaired as soon as possible. I think so.
Well, obviously there'll be a cost involved in the repair. It's the door closer is pulled through on the top. The frame, one of the window frames is broken, and it sort of pulled the fixing screws through. So the windows are going to have to be all taken back out again. The frames will have to be reattached. That will allow the door to be repaired, and then it will be painted again. Disaster.
Just the door.
Yeah.
Okay, on our insurance. Well, was it storm damage or what happened to it?
It definitely was storm damage.
Yeah.
Whether the hinges had dropped beforehand. Someone did confirm that the door was difficult to open before the wind, but obviously what happened is the door swung open in the wind. It's the only thing that could cause that damage. So.
I mean, it just seems a bit mad that we've had it repaired and all revamped and things, and it's got damaged straight away.
It could have been vandalism, but it's unlikely.
Right.
You know, the wind was.
It was after the storm.
Yeah, it's how it is, because was it, when did I discover it? Was it Saturday after the storm or something? Or
It was the day after.
the day after the high wind, so, yeah. Or something.
So we need the council's permission, if you like, to get people glassed out to get it repaired. Obviously, there will be a cost involved in that. I don't know where we stand on the fact that.
Have we contacted our insurers either?
I've not had me check Jacqueline, but I'm not
Yeah.
aware of it.
Have you had any idea on cost?
I don't know, it doesn't need any parts other than a hinge for the door closer, so it's just going to be labour and paint.
Just wondering whether it's worth doing an insurance claim or not.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing we could do is ask for a donation to get it fixed. I can't see it being ridiculously expensive to fix.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to get done, but I think because we've got this uncertainty of like when it happened and what happened and whatnot, and if we knew properly, then it would be easier if we did want to put an insurance claim in. And
Yeah.
like if we do get damage to like parish council property, like we need to be on it, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, it was after considerable damage was done to that property.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, there was a storm. There was a red wall. What was now
Yeah.
right here?
Not right here, yeah.
Yeah.
But the was damage everywhere.
The likelihood is it was the storm that damaged it. So if it's all right with the parish council, I would like to get them back to fix it.
Yeah, I think that needs to happen at the soonest, so if you can get that sorted.
Do we need prices before they do it, or do we have to just have it repaired?
It'd be good to have a ballpark figure.
Yeah. I'm happy to continue on if you guys are this. Okay. I think given the fact that we need it done, I'll put it out saying to me, we'll authorise repairs up to, I don't know, £800 or something, but I don't think it'll get anywhere near that, but
I don't know.
It's what it costs to get the whole thing done.
Yeah,
So
so-
I think that's fine, but I think I'm happy to do it that way, because I think it probably is a health and safety issue as well.
and then
We just need to,
and if they think it's going to be greater than that, we'll
yeah,
postpone it and we'll get it back done at a later date. So I'll put it there for them, so I'll get the 800 at the moment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just a shame as well, isn't it?
it is a real shame, it's really sad.
Okay.
The bit of the door closer that's broken, the door closer itself is fine, it's just that like the hinge, if you like, that fits on the door.
Probably sheared as well.
Yeah, it's sheared.
So it's just,
I would imagine that British Bits website will sell them.
Ah.
So, you know, that would be the expense, and then the rest of it, I think, is, you know, I don't think there's any other parts needed. So,
Isn't the way that the door back hinge is quite firm?
I don't know. But the doors come way past by the looks of things.
Oh, it's
that
well
one
and
goes
truly
this
gone.
one right over there.
Yeah.
It had crossed my mind whether there could be something missing on the door. When I was doing my initial research, I found this website called British Bits, and it had everything listed that you possibly need. And I'm nearly sure there was a leather strap, you know, like a catch strap. So potentially that might not be there, because I couldn't see one.
maybe it's never been there.
I'm sure it's just never been there.
Well,
But,
there used to be in a level spot.
What, to stop the door
It's
from
just be
swinging out?
another
Like,
limiting dormitory.
yeah.
Round so it wouldn't go too far.
You know, that leather strap would be just like allows the door to come here, you know. I shall do some research.
I thought the paint side at the inside things as well as the things. Because as you look at it from one side, all you see is bare wood and then painted red.
And the perspex hasn't appeared yet either, so
No.
just
Right. 9 compost toilets.
So
So I think
you had some stuff come through, didn't you?
yeah, so I got some.
But I don't think any of us got it, this is what we discussed at the last meeting. And then I was reciting things from memory from conversation, so
I thought I forwarded it. What do they call it again? You would think that.
eco-load,
How do you do that?
that's
Yeah, so I get an email from Sean Conway. He gave like the lead time on them are 4 to 6 weeks, so they're all pretty quick sort of thing anyway. His recommendation would be the KL2 accessible, purely from the fact that it gives you a bigger space toilet and it's more usable for everyone sort of thing, whether it be you know, a parent with a child or
yeah.
just any, it's just more room to move around and inside. They come in at 11,995 plus VAT. Then there would be an installation cost, which you can either do the installation yourself or get them to do the installation. So so they say about installation. While you're free to install these units, manuals can be provided. We highly recommend using one of their certified partners and companies to assemble and install, with many years experience in doing it, and most qualified to maximum efficiency in the system, to allow it to correct placement, avoiding any pitfalls during builds, delivering the product at best, and their service comes with 12 months cover for installation faults. So that's the benefit, you get 12 month warranty on any installation issues. The installation cost of the KL2 accessible one, well, they're all, there's a KL1 install cost or a KL2 install cost. The KL2 install cost, whether it's accessible or non-accessible, is $3,500. They have sent, basically, because there are various funding opportunities for these, we sent that kind of thing for, like, you can basically look for grants and stuff for them as well, so maybe pass that to our grant expert. They've given some little drawing things for them. There is, when discussing with them, we did say because I know we initially thought about actually committing on the concrete, can't go the concrete because it goes into the ground. There's a big bit that was dug out. Let me find his email.
The desiccating zone.
Yes, it is. So if I grab this, that's that drawing. There we go. That's the thing, but it has. There is basically a pit that goes into the ground for it all. So it shows you there's lots of movement in it.
It's a thing of great beauty, isn't it?
No, I think it is. I'm going to show you this one. This is the compact one, but it shows you that there is a kind of big basin there that goes to the ground. But as I say, their install covers all doing that anyway. And yeah, he did say, I think it's the same as the one that's at the castle, yes. So I think I'll look at it in this one now. But then also, if there is whether it be other lights or probably with that NCC plan, could be something to look at for this.
I think at the last meeting we discussed, I mean, going for a grant for it, was kind of part of it, but then to take some money from the pot that we've got for a building. It technically is a building, it incorporates some of the things that we would want in building. But the more important thing is it's increasing the use of the area and showing need. So that when we, because I mean, we talk about timescale, if we were going to put a building down there, it's not going to be for a while. And this would be supporting any bigger grant applications that we would do there, so that's what we were saying last time.
So in total that's 4595. So 15.5k.
And this is completely grey water dependent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
This is the
completely off,
Yeah,
off
off-grid.
grid, call it. Yeah, it's,
Because I think we've all come to terms with the complications of us trying to get mains water down onto the rec field at the moment. But that,
chemical free, electric free and water free.
yeah.
It also,
How long does it last for?
it lasts, I think there's a bit on it that talks about.
So they have to kind of remove the pellet at some point.
There is, there we go. I think it's, this one, I think he was saying something, there's like,
10,000 visits before.
yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of visits.
It's ridiculous.
And what she says, he reckons her situation, where it would be and stuff like that, he would reckon probably once a year he might get a pumped
Right.
sort of thing. And like anywhere on the Mugger, or anywhere on the Mugger in the wet field, you could get this small pump in
Yeah.
any area. So yeah, and
Size of a big car.
And what,
Yeah.
did it say how much it costs to get it emptied?
he didn't, but
Because we've got to look at the long term.
so do fair organised getting their portaloos empty, they just hire in portaloos.
Yeah, no.
You're
No,
not
it
on.
must be.
Well, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
things that
no.
the fairs previously said that if we put a toilet down there, they would, you know, support it.
Mhm. I would take a stand at that, so 500 quid, let it be less than a grand to get it pumped out. But
We'll
I would say a
need
grand's
to-
a scheme
yeah.
figure, it could be less than that.
And you saw that I'd been in conversation with Lucy from Pumpkin Pie.
Yes, yes.
And I can get more details on that if we think we're going to be doing it, but she was very
Well, they've
keen,
updated
very
the plan,
put it down, and
so,
it's like,
but
it
it's,
just must be a major issue for them. Do you know if they'd have like a time lock on them or anything, if it is a,
don't know, but I can ask.
yeah,
Padlock.
But we really don't want us to have somebody to go down there every night, or whatever.
Yeah.
lock it, well, that's it, yeah, because we don't,
Yeah, that's a fine for anybody.
But then how often are you going to have it cleaned?
how often are we going to have it clean? Well, this is what I mean, because Pumpkin Pie said they'd be on route for it, but then we need to
Because if it was
do
cleaned,
some out of it.
if their cleaner arrangement was that it would be cleaned at 7 o'clock every night, or whatever,
And then they lock it,
Yeah, they lock it.
then,
but then who unlocks it?
Yeah. Why do they have an automated time switch?
There's something,
Imagine getting locked in.
Did they get a phone signal inside? 999, I'm not there.
I'll ask the question if you do time blocks on them and stuff. I would imagine,
Yeah.
it's the first time we've all been asked that.
no. It's no, but we just need to see if we can troubleshoot as much as we can.
We jump onto memorial benches. Do we have, this is placement of new benches and stuff, is it?
I've done 2 or 3 walks, and I keep coming back to the same places all the time. Usually when we've already put a bench,
There's just so many benches in
so
the lodges.
it's still space by the lay-by, on the bit of green where the lay-by is.
Yeah.
There's an area there, because we've already got one up under the tree further up.
Yeah.
So we can have one on the lay-by and one if we want to space on the right if we wanted to along the eastern boundary. Or
The-
even on the southern boundary if we wanted to. If we ever develop a path that goes down the
It's a riverside boundary, Mugger side boundary. I'm not good at east, west, south,
We're sort
left,
of
right.
thought and walk around that south side of the right field would be good.
South side, that's
River.
riverside.
Sorry.
That side would be better. The west side should be called water containment.
East side.
East side, yes, east side. Got all the water containment.
We also talked potentially about putting one on the viewing area, you know, the raised area.
Raised area, yeah.
That looks over the.
Okay, yeah.
That's not always accessible then, for people with buggies or wheelchairs. and everything.
Yeah.
But it's not really steep.
No, but it's still, it's a maneuver to get up.
True.
There's the bit by the bird's tooth, whatever it is,
Bird's
down
mouth.
by the
That's all.
War Memorial. There's the bit of land between the two estates,
Clean close property.
Doing Park Road.
Yeah.
We've
Nice,
also,
that.
we've got some on the new road, but the space we could have more on the new road if we wanted to.
Yeah, because it's that one in the corner that was broken.
Because that one didn't have a name in it or anything, as
Every
the
one of
walls come down,
That's not.
that, I mean,
Yes, but we can speak to
Um,
Mike, call interview about trimming the trees there.
and then we sort of get along, up past church along onto the footpath along and get on off. Onto the waterway one, there's space there you could have them, like there already have been on ones, but that takes it out of the main village, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's not
On the right.
Yeah, you know, past, along past the right of you,
Nice.
put it right away there. Could we even consider putting one, not necessarily on the little bridge, but on the, you know, the sort of curved bit, or beyond the bollard or something?
All the last just.
yeah, I mean, I
You can't put the structure, the bridge, but where it's a footpath.
No, wait. How would you fix it down though? So they don't have to go to the surface of the bridge. Is it?
When the bridge comes round like that, the surface of the bridge stops, you put a footpath, and it's wider.
is it like, what, you mean like on the general path?
On the corner, yeah, on the corner.
Like beside the phone box?
Yeah, sort of
Right.
further along.
Like
Like that?
here. Well, that's the one thing, obviously, but here.
Yeah, further that way.
It's going to get car parked in the end. So, like,
So beyond, yeah, see where the pole is? And the salt bin,
create the salt.
there's a wider bit. Although there is the bit for the,
So that bit, that's
Still
still,
chairs, I think.
still be the bridge.
Technically the bridge, right?
I think you're either technically going to be on the bridge or you're going to be blocking the footpath there,
I
aren't
tell you what, it would be lovely to have benches on
you? It really, really would be.
It would be
I
I
really
need
good.
to get just the English heritage, and that's why the.
Well, let's ask them, because I honestly think that would be, and like, it'd be really, really, really nice.
It would be.
Probably need to be in the centre of the bridge.
Can't put it in the centre because some of that's Thurston's.
Not like that. That was more meaning
No,
like
they have no-
down, I wouldn't say at the edge,
I mean, you can imagine how much that would get used there.
but like down,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Allison in the centre of the bridge, not
Like
to
on
the
the,
edge.
like on
Because
the
if you,
promenade of the.
back to back
Yeah,
benches or
the
something,
back
because if you put them at the edge of the bridge, you're just asking them to topple to climb up.
and forward.
But you know your children with Gemma. Mine
So they're on the wall anyway.
No give them easy access to the ball. But yeah, that is, maybe it's something.
I think if we don't ask, we're not gonna know, and I think
It's heritage,
yeah. I mean, when you think about what gets put on there temporarily as well, like when we have the plant sales and things, it's not like it can't be blocked in some way.
It's the fact that it's a listed thing and it's the surface of the bridge that's.
Yeah,
But that's a
we
new
ask.
surface, it's not like that's like a historic surface.
No.
You know, like.
It's not like it's original cobbles or anything like that, it's
Worth asking the question, because I think that would be a great location, some back-to-back ones there, and you never know, first we might allow some to go on the other side as well.
when you think about who these bridges are in memory of and things, like,
Benches or bridges?
benches. Bridges are in memory.
Yeah.
All those that perished.
Think how many plaques we get on the wall.
Yeah, I think that would be a lovely idea. Let's ask and then explore otherwise afterwards. Are you happy doing that, Anne?
Yeah, I quite enjoy wandering around looking and sort of pacing out and seeing whether I could get a 65 3-foot bench. Trouble is, there's nothing at the bathroom though for stolen, which is where somebody wanted one.
Yeah, but it's honestly, if you try walking down there, the paths are too narrow and things, like where you have got path and everything.
We haven't got a path on
There's no
it.
path, so I would, yeah.
There's just nowhere. Unless I put it on the bottom of church bank, as I say, marooned on the island.
But that
I mean, the crossing point, it's just all too narrow, there's nowhere down
you know,
there.
if you're talking that would be the only location sort of thing where it's
Between
wide
the
enough.
bin and the blue bin.
Yeah.
So,
There's not a view when you come to
like,
the
you
Yeah.
wouldn't sit there when you've got the benches just there anyway.
That path's far too narrow, it's, and then
See
here,
where the sign is? That's where I would put it, right on that little line.
encourage people to sit in that island. Having had the biggest highways and everyone with issues with that. Here, but then you're right outside someone's house.
What you could do with something is halfway up Church Hill for those people that
Yeah.
are going up. But again, there's
Well,
just,
there is one. Well, no, it's really
There's one right.
a lot
Right,
nearer
top,
the top,
and
isn't
then
it?
I'm assuming
but that,
That's access for
Yeah.
people.
that's all people's own private land again.
no,
No,
because
it's
that bit
not
there.
highways.
Highways, like here,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all highways.
but then a footpath that side, I guess, but then I guess there is no footpath beyond here anyway, is there?
I'm not saying. There's a bench, well, after that.
Yeah.
That's the Swagger bench, isn't it?
So, I think best option would be try and see if we can do the bridge, because then you've got the option there for a couple back to back, and then if there's another one, get another couple back to back or something.
Well, that bin would probably have to go there as well.
I think they have a problem with
Yeah, it's just, you know, if there's people sitting.
I think they have a problem with.
Okay.
Just while we're on the bridge, you know the bollards at our side? Marion still has these horrible plastic things that are braced around the top of the bollards for Felton and Bloom that we had many, many years ago and they were awful to water and the plants didn't fare very well. Can we just get rid of them? See the bollards there? There's this crown bit on the top of the bollard and then it nips in like a little waist and then there's a flatter bit. And these sort of pannier type effect things went round. And they're not very big and they're not very deep soil and they've just kept drying out too much.
Where are they?
In Marion's garage.
Can we just, are you saying get rid of them?
That's what I'm saying, can we just get rid of them? Because given that we've got the battery in the battery,
I think, like,
Do we
Yeah.
need something else on the bollards? Because then it makes, if you imagine that there's stuff on the top of the bollards, it's almost impassable to get through.
The main street tubs as well, they got drainage in them because they're completely
That's,
dead.
they're absolutely,
And they're like
Two.
both are rotten in them.
Yeah.
I saw it the other day that they were,
Just got
yeah, they just need,
6 inches of water on some of them.
Sounds like it's something we've got these plans.
To the side.
Couple of drills, man.
What's that?
At the bottom. On the downhill side.
I had to drill the side of my
Yeah.
barrel to let water out because I've made it too watertight.
Good job, Mr. Raman there.
Thanks, Chris.
Dice was lovely when it froze. Sorry, dice was beautiful.
I'm hoping I'll go to work and you'll have to do by the time we get back.
We have a bloody day.
Counties working groups. Obviously we have a working group for the Scribe update and where we are on it, and sort of covered that earlier with Jacqueline's message. Has there been anything else? I hope I can read my writing and that's right, these minutes.
Absolutely.
We'll jump 12. Any meetings since the last one? You, village hall? No?
No, it was before the last one. And we haven't got one till later from the council.
No?
Airfield liaison group.
Pardon?
Airfield liaison group.
Okay, there was one that I was trying to attend and then an emergency come up, so I wasn't able to, right before it, so I'm not aware of any update then, because we weren't at the meeting. Personally, no. Where I do, thanks for waiting patiently, Trevor.
No problem. So yes, the Airfield liaison group, Glenn and I were very pleased to go to the Airfield liaison group. I feel, you know, we're moving forward there. They're being a lot more open, a lot more transparent. You know, they have done things that they didn't have permission for, but they are applying sort of retrospectively for the permission for the new sort of operations hut. And yeah, I think going forward, you know, we're able to, you know, monitor the movements much better, see what they're up to, and I hope that's going to be beneficial for them and for us. So, you know, I do feel that's a good move. The recreation field, obviously I had a meeting this morning, Jim, talking about some members' small schemes funding, looking at possible shelter, and you know, I was looking at the sketches and saying that, you know, it'd be great to have a more detailed idea of what we're going to do there, and I thought maybe I could pledge 5,000 towards that shelter. And you know, what I would like the Parish Council to do is get an estimate, a sketch, and then submit them as soon as possible to sarah.hudson at northumberland.gov.uk. Sarah.hudson, she's the lady that looks at our estimates and approves them.
Okay.
And yeah, be really good if we got that in before applications close around about the end of March, and at least we could get it approved, get the funds committed, and they will be there to help the project on. You know, just with my strategic planning hat on, again, we had a big approval for very recently in Alnwick, the new garden centre, which we hoped Blue Diamond was going to run. Not sure if Blue Diamond are going to do it because they seem to be buying up all the doggy sites around about, but this was an application from the castle on Lionheart Industrial Estate. Was an employment site land, you know, a national provider who, you know, is going to be a big draw, we hope, to Northumberland. Attract a lot of people here, creating 120 full-time jobs, obviously a lot of construction jobs, and a huge site for a garden centre, probably the biggest in Northumberland. You know, Morpeth has one, Berwick has one, and it currently doesn't have one. So, you know, good for the region, and that's good. Old Swarland, you know, the old chestnut of our friend burning rubbish on the edge of Old Swarland, seems to have started again. I did report it, you know, I was travelling back that way the other evening, and I reported it to Environmental Health, and they're saying, you know, we need a series of burnings. But to be honest, you know, the guy has got away with murder for years. It's just a dumping site. And what we want to stop is, you know, him using the site to dump more and more rubbish. Obviously, takes it in under the cover of darkness and has a fire during the night, but it's just not on. So, you know, I have written to Environment and asked them to do something about it. Obviously, we've got our budget meeting coming off again, you know, as before, trying to maintain frontline services, and we feel we've got a good budget coming forward. The other thing is we do have some capital input in that we haven't given permission yet, but we've had a pre-application meeting for this artificial intelligence site on the British Fault site at Camas. £10.7 billion investment. Yes, it's going to take over, you know, it's going to take place over a lot of years, but these 10 data centres that they're hoping to build, providing a lot of jobs, I think 1,700 jobs, again, a lot of construction jobs, and again, a lot of money into the council coffers, which, you know, we're hoping to use for jobs and employment. So that hopefully is coming to committee early March or mid-March. Neil Skelton called by and invited me and Glenn to a meeting of this archaeology group who've been doing digs in Thurston, trying to trace Roman ruins, Roman camps, and obviously, you know, they found something, and it's just about talking what they might do in Felton, having found this site in Thurston. So I think that's happening on Thursday at 4 o'clock. He was inviting us along. I think that's all I've got to say. Have you got any questions you'd like to ask me?
I think we're covered there. Thank you very much for your pledge of the money. Obviously, the last project has been greatly used since. And I think we'll get us on the case with it.
Aye.
Yeah.
Got straight on the phone.
Yeah. Unfortunately, what we can't fund are sort of maintenance things like new fences, take the fence down, but something like this, where it's a new build, it's a capital project, you know, where providing something for the children, it's
Is there any,
gets a big tip.
is there any other funding that NCC have for, you know, if we were to do something that would benefit the school, or?
Well, there's always the community fund. Have you applied there for your play group? Because they're very sympathetic for your play area.
Is that within NCC?
Yeah,
Yeah.
community chest. You know, it's not huge amounts of money, but it's 2, 3, maybe 5,000. Always worth an application.
It's not at the other end, or
Yeah.
people trying. So, yeah.
You must have had a long day.
No,
Really appreciate you being here.
no, no bother. Thank you very much, and yeah, hopefully see you in the next meeting. You
Yeah.
couldn't email me when the meetings are on.
Yeah, I'll ask Jacqueline to put you on the
Would you?
distribution, yeah.
Yeah, it was only really by chance that
There've
you
been-
got to meet tonight, my friend.
Yeah, I think
Right time.
there's been a lot of like just with changes in people's schedules and illness and pantomimes. They've all not been on the next meeting. I can tell you it's not what it says here on this, because it needs to delay for training for Scribe, and it'll be on Monday the 10th at the usual time. 7:15. Yeah, thank you, Anne.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Nice. Bye.
Joe, if you want to give me your pictures of the shelter, I can get them drawn up in CAD. I'm not already.
I mean, I need to go through it with Aidan as well.
Yeah, dimensions.
Sorry?
Dimensions.
No.
2 or 2.5 it says on there. Oh, that's the year, isn't it?
That's what's happening this year, that's why. I should.
I only need the shelter.
You don't want those ones?
No,
I'm gonna get these sketched up properly as well with dimensions, and then I'm gonna wait and back and front of Travis. But yeah.
I'll probably get that drawn up in CAD and then SolidWorks.
Cool. We're gonna go measure though, about what we can fit in there, with his knowledge.
It's 12 foot by 8 foot.
Is it excellent?
Do the whole 20 to 25 people as well.
Yeah. Well, that's how many little tiny people.
Is that the 2025?
I'm
20
going
to
to
25, 20 to 25.
double stack the seats then.
There was something that had been through AI that was talking about veterinary dose rates, and it misinterpreted like 10 to 20 mgs per kg and put it into a much bigger number, and like it's absolutely terrifying. And then puts it into something that looks like
Yeah.
it knows what it's talking about.
I hate that it's annoying me if you search something in Google and it gives you the Google AI thing already. And it's
Yeah.
like,
I had an email conversation completely misunderstood by whatever it's called the other day. It was just like, I was like, that's not what we were saying at all. Where the hell did you get that from? So scary. Anyway,
sidetracked. We nothing. No update from the police that I'm aware of.
are we in proper conversation with
Yeah,
people, aren't we?
the community police plan has been a lot better in communicating. Correspondence received. We've got a lovely check. Queries regarding budget presented at the meeting, collectors responded. Queries received from resident from the FJC freedom of information regarding the night's terms of engagement in business, terms of business following the acquisition of SLG. I have yet to respond to that. I'll need to do that. But then query received from a resident regarding memorial benches and relocation to Felton School. The clerks responded. Information received from resident regarding concerns at Airshot. Circulated. Is anything to respond there? And then information received from NAP and rural bulletins, CAM news, etc. Unless there's anything, I'll jump on to 16. So we've got some new ones. Nice ones coming up.
Because when you do a search now on a portal for Felton, you get a lot of the periphery.
Periphery ones. That's this side of whatever that road is. Okay. The same as maybe this. That's the line.
Has there been anything else on the proposed industrial drying place?
No, we don't.
Yeah, because that was referred to committee,
That was referred to committee.
Was it not?
and we've not had an invite to it, it's just, there's still not a date for it.
Is that this one? No, that's not. That's different.
Should have asked council.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
High Park, yeah.
So that's which I'm here about.
I'm getting a draft somewhere. That's right. Just 6 months ago, wasn't it?
Jennifer's recommendation on the committee.
So,
Expiry date 22nd of June.
That's it.
So obviously,
This year.
fingers crossed.
so objections can. I'll ask Jacqueline to see if were we an actual consult?
I don't know that
We were officially the consultee, but we
They
ended as a.
first notified us, didn't they?
Aye. Okay, Jacqueline's
We
check
didn't
with.
note an objection. So we should be notified.
Okay, Jacqueline's check. Exciting. Any items for the next agenda? Get them in by not 4 February.
Yeah, so,
A little bit late. If we say.
Can I mention that burger again? For the
Yeah.
Panels.
Yeah, oh, yes. Definitely.
I had a quick look at them, they were about 6 to 12 grand.
Okay. Okay. There's a lot of panels, so.
Yes.
If we look at,
the recycle, the,
yeah,
if you look at the environmental part.
I haven't got a clue what we could, but we could use the panels for the shower.
try and get stuff in by the 28th. Okay. If there's anything else. And as I said, the next meeting will be on the 10th of March, which is a month break.
The 10th of March, not the 3rd of March.
Yeah, 10th. It's, back to the normal time, unless my wife decides to ruin it. Okay. Meeting closed, 21:52.